Hi guys, this is Allison. I'd like to first apologize if I go into any coughing fits during this presentation. I'm doing my presentation on adolescent depression. Depression is a mood disorder that causes a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. Depression in children and adolescents differ a little bit than the symptoms of adults. So youngsters can exhibit increased irritability or aggression and self-destructive behavior rather than complete sadness associated with the adult form of depression. There are many different types of depression. Major depression interferes with the ability to work, sleep, study, and enjoy life. Persistent depressive disorder is severe depression that lasts at least 2 years. Psychotic depression is severe depression plus some forms of psychosis and delusions or hallucinations. Postpartum depression, hormonal and physical changes in women after a baby is born. It's estimated that 10 to 15% of all women experience some type of postpartum depression. And finally, seasonal affective disorder, or otherwise known as SAD. It's the onset of depression during the winter months when there is less natural sunlight. Anybody can suffer from depression. About 8% of children and adolescents suffer from depression. In 2014, an estimated 2.8 million adolescents ages 12 through 17 in the United States had at least one major depressive episode. This represents 10.7% of the US population ages 12 to 17. So it's estimated that depression affects as many as 1 in 33 children and 1 in 8 adolescents. So there are 9 main warning signs of depression, and we all experience some of these warning signs at some point in our life. But in order for a red flag to be thrown up, you have to experience multiple signs over 2 to 3 weeks consistently. So psychologists use a term called SIGI CAPS to help determine if somebody is depressed or not. And the S stands for sleep, so very little, or on the other side, a whole lot of sleep. I is interest, so not interested in doing the things that you normally used to enjoy. The G stands for guilt, always feeling guilty about things that you shouldn't. E is energy, so if you're feeling just a complete loss of energy. C, concentration, so losing concentration. A, appetite or weight changes, so either gaining a lot of weight or losing a lot of weight. P is psychomotor disturbances, everything you do is slower. And finally, the S, worst case scenario, could be suicidal thoughts or suicidal tendencies. My personal and professional application for this is just education, education, education. Keep giving myself knowledge about depression and the warning signs and what to look for in my students because it is so prevalent in middle school age students. I plan on continuously updating and improving my curriculum. Do teach health in middle school, and we go over mental illness a lot, so just to keep current on the statistics and things I can do to help children who are feeling depressed. Also educate not only students but colleagues as well. So we're all educators, and I feel it's important that we all know the signs of a depression, what we can do if our students are feeling depressed, and just let them know that they're definitely not alone. Some future research. So statistical research must be constantly updated. It's changing every single year. And also side effects and the efficiency of prescribed medication when taken at a young age. So I'm very curious to see if you start taking medication for depression or anxiety, how it will affect you 10, 20, 30 years down the road, or if your body will start to become immune to it. So some future research on that. And some of my final thoughts. Depression is fairly common amongst adolescents. Educators must recognize warning signs of depression. Educate our students about depression. So talk to them, let them know they're not alone. One of the worst feelings is if students think they're alone in a situation, and if they know that other people are having these same feelings or see the same thoughts, they're more apt to talk about it and admit that they need help. And then finally, I feel like it's really important to help our students help themselves. So give students the tools that they need to feel better and become happier and live the life that they deserve to live. All right, thanks, guys.